Yeah, I'm testing it right now, seeing if it's gonna work. It's looking kind of worky. It's looking a little worky. I don't know. Checking my. Get the bed out for young Carson. Yeah. You said young C. Young C. Thank you, baby. I can still fit it, you know, because I'm cute. You know, I'll be out here. Thank you. Thank you. Did I get this right? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, YouTube. Capture moments as they happen. Stream markers or timestamps. Hey, y'all. I know we're going to be getting started here pretty soon. I said I was going to start around 7 o'clock, and I'm actually here on time for once for my first episode here. So we're going to get started shortly. But for now, I'm kind of looking around. It's my first time on YouTube doing this live thing, so you got to give me a minute. On the YouTubes. Got to figure out what I'm doing on the YouTubes, baby. Make yourself comfortable. Get yourself a glass of something to drink. It's going to be a good day today. It's going to be a great show. I'm very excited. I ain't going to keep you here too long. I ain't going to keep you long. You know, this Falcons game on tonight. That's what they say in the church, you know. I ain't going to keep y'all long tonight, sinners. I tell you what now, the Falcons playing tonight. All right. No, y'all want to go home and see the Falcons. Check on Miss Candiiboo. She will be joining from her vacay. Yes, ma'am. After a while, Crocodile. Thank you, baby. I love you. Where Bino at? Oh, I thought he. Okay. Shoot. Bye. Shake off the heebie-jeebies, you know what I'm saying? If you in the chat, and it's been about 5 years since you did a music podcast, let me hear from you. Make some noise. I'm not gonna do this all throughout the show once the show actually starts. I'm getting ready to start it for real in a second. Whoever's in the chat, I hope you're doing well today. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking to y'all directly, or I'm gonna try not to at least. Just to keep the show going, you know. Be talking, walking. Let me make sure that I'm in the chat. Candiiboo. Alright. I'll message her now. Jukebox 2 episode 1, baby, I'm hyped! I need to get more hype. Woo! It's actually happening. We're actually doing this. All right. Dum. What am I doing? I am testing Candiiboo. What you doing now, girl? Why you jumping and zoom? Right. It's officially 7 o'clock, y'all. Let's get it started. Shall we? I say we shall. I'm gonna get over myself today. I tell you what, I ain't giving myself no choice. All right. Let's do it. Make sure I got the volume where I need it to be. Excellent. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to Jukebox 2, your new favorite music podcast hosted by me, Jay Burritos, the former master of millennial music. New title pending, just like the name of this show. Jukebox 2 is our temporary name. That's what we're going to go with. I ain't want to get held up on figuring out what the name of the podcast was going to be. I just wanted to return to doing this. So for those who are here for the first time, I'd like to say welcome. To a select few of you, I'd like to say welcome back and thank you for your patience. I know it's been a long time for some of you waiting for me to get back to talking about music on a regular basis, and I just really appreciate your patience, just waiting on me. Public Enemy B, I see you there in the chat, by the way. This is our first episode of what I'm calling the revival, the resurrection of the show that I said was not coming back. We got to call it something different. The mood is different. The people is different. Life is different. Times have changed. It's 2022. Last time I was talking to y'all, I was 25? I'm going on 30. I'm entering a new age bracket, new tax bracket, all of that. Anyway, enough of the fuckery. I'm stalling here. My name is Jay Burritos. For those that have never met me before, my real name is Jason. You can call me Jay. I am a everyday guy. I'm just a music enthusiast. I grew up playing trumpet in middle school, high school. Tried experimenting a little bit with making music in college because I was, going to the Art Institute with a bunch of audio production friends. And then I tried my hands at creating what became some people's favorite music podcast, Runaway Jukebox, between 2015 and 2017. You know what I'm saying? It was a good time. And I ended up cutting the show short to move for a job. And that didn't go so well. And I've been kind of floundering around ever since. And I've been getting my feet wet on Twitch, twitch.tv/jburritos. Getting my feet wet, trying to rebuild an audience, reconnecting with people, trying to learn how to communicate, how to engage. And I think after about 2 or 3 years of being in the incubator, I think it's time that I step out of the oven and show y'all what I'm working with. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to come back and just bring that joy that I had back in the day when we was talking about music back to the forefront. I'm gonna be a little rusty because I'm nervous for no reason, even though I've been broadcasting for years. It's just a music podcast in particular holds a very special place in my heart. I mean, for people that may have watched my Why I'm Not Bringing Runaway Jukebox Back video, part of the reason why I didn't want to bring the show back is because I knew I wouldn't be able to bring it back in the form that it was in before with, 3 co-hosts, and we talk about every single, new album that comes out every week. And I just knew it wasn't going to be like that. And there are a lot of memories tied up. I mean, for those that know me on a personal level, I've dealt with a lot of, grief, a lot of death in my family these past few years. My dad's passing is what kind of triggered this entire new wave that I've been on since 2018. But it definitely affected me in a way that I did not expect. And I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to come back and bring y'all the show that you were looking for. And I just knew that my heart wasn't in it in the same way that it was before. But over time, especially ever since I put that video out, been thinking about some things. And I'm just like, okay, so I don't want to review every single new album that comes out every week. Who's making me do that? Like, who is enforcing this? You better review every new album that comes out every week, or else we'll never listen to your podcast. Who said that? Like, nobody. We listen to old music all the time. We weren't always just keeping up. Once we introduced the exchange segment and we just started digging back a little bit, it wasn't always just about whatever music was coming out that week. So that's one thing taken care of. I can't. Nick is living his own life now. Kim is living her own life. I love them both. They are still my brother and my sister, two of my best friends on this earth. Without them, I wouldn't be able to come back to you in the form that I'm coming back to you right now. But we can't do the show together in the same way that we used to. We live in different places. We move in it at different paces. Barred up today. I promise I'm not gonna hit that button all podcast, because eventually this is gonna go on audio feeds. And so I don't want y'all just hearing nothing but applause the whole time. Anyway, don't let me get too off track, by the way. Another thing that I learned while I was gone is that I've had undiagnosed ADHD for all of my life, and it made sense. I go off on tangents all the time and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, here I go again, bringing it back. Okay, so I can't have my two co-hosts that I'm used to having. That's just safety. That's just comfort. You know, I was able to make, there were periods where I had 4 co-hosts. There was a period where Nick wasn't on the show, where Kim wasn't on the show, where it was just me. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm afraid to have to carry the whole thing on my back the whole time. But you know what? I'm gonna get used to it. It is what it is. And I'm gonna be able to invite other people. It's gonna be around, you know, just a revolving door of guests on this here show. And the first guest today, I'm very excited to bring y'all in the next few minutes. I'm getting ready to go check in the Discord and see if she's hanging out in the chat. And I can't tell. No, I don't think she is. So I'm gonna pop in here just in case. All right. Hope she can hear me. Yeah, okay, there it is. It's working. All right. So our special guest will be arriving in the next few minutes anytime, and I'm very excited to talk about our first album with her today. So let me go ahead and tell you a bit about how I expect this show to go. I expect it to have a pretty similar format to Runaway Jukebox 1 in that we're gonna discuss an album that we want to talk about. This week's album is The Weeknd's Dawn FM. I don't know why I waited 8 minutes into the episode to tell you what that is, because, you know, everybody doesn't look at the title. So today we are, again, like I said, I'm shaking off the rust. I'm a better broadcaster than this. I'm a better podcaster than this. Today we are reviewing The Weeknd's 5th studio album, Dawn FM. And I'm very excited. Public Enemy B is excited. Gio de Badman is excited in the chat. I'm glad y'all are here. Thank you for being here for my first ever episode. I was worried about carrying it by myself, figuring out how this was going to go. It's my first time on YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's going to be a great episode today. I'm not going to keep you long because I'm too nervous to keep you long. Just keeping it a buck. This is going to be a shorter episode. But anyway, we're going to discuss an album, right? In the future, there will be a main topic. Then there will be a Q&A segment. We've got to take advantage of this live stream, especially once we get regulars coming in here. When we got people coming in here that want to ask questions, there has to be a reason why you come here to YouTube. I mean, if you could just listen to it on podcast services, no, the whole point in doing it this way is to introduce some interaction to the show, and I'm excited to do that. If y'all are. And then an outro. I will do this every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. I have a list of albums that I want to talk about in the next few weeks. I can list off a few while I wait for my guest to show up. We've got Earth Gang's Ghetto Gods. I want to talk about that album. We've got Amber Mark's 3 Dimensions Deep. Talk about that album. Let's see what else has come out recently. Hotels Motels, the deluxe edition. Jasmine Sullivan. I want to talk about that album. These are some of the albums that woke me up out of my slumber, that brought me back to this platform. I just had to. Silk Sonic. Oh, wrong button. That's my streaming screen. Another thing, for those that are listening to this at home on your podcast services, some of this is going to be a little weird if you're just listening to the audio. That's because I'm messing around on YouTube for the first time. You should definitely come watch on my YouTube, youtube.com/jburritos. You can come watch it live on Mondays. I plan on putting this podcast out for audio services on Wednesdays so I can do a little light edit and add a few little things in, subtract a few things out. I don't know why I'm looking at myself in this little window here, moving my hand, and it's making me want to move my hand more. It's like I got a little spider over here. I don't know what the problem is. Again, if you're watching the audio version, that doesn't make sense. If you're listening to the audio version and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Just come to my YouTube channel and see. Welcome into the stream, Alex. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the first episode of Jukebox 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm back and I'm better. Trying things out. Trying to be my best. Okay. What else? Silk Sonic. I said, yeah, Silk Sonic is another album I want to talk about. Earl Sweatshirt's album, Sick. I want to talk about that because it was sick. All kinds of stuff I've yet to listen to. The James Blake album, I still don't listen to that yet. FKA Twigs, still ain't listened to that yet. Shoot, what else have I not listened to lately? There's a list. It's a running list, and I'm gonna start writing this stuff down because I have a show now. Another thing that I'm excited about in bringing the show back in starting anew, like a phoenix from the ashes, is that I get to keep a running. I have a reason to keep up and listen to more music consistently now. Not necessarily the new music of the week. Like I said earlier, I'm not really interested in it's a whole lot of people. It's names I see all the time now that I ain't never listened to a song by them. And I just feel old because I can't keep up. Like one day I'm gonna hear it and I'm gonna be like, oh, that's cool. But sometimes I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Don't know what I just said just then. Anyway, Alex, welcome to the stream. Welcome to my first episode of this here podcast. I'm doing a terrible job of stalling right now, but eventually, and by eventually, I mean it's coming. Our guest is going to be here. Candiiboo is on the way, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I don't know how long the latency is on YouTube. That's another thing I'm thinking about right now. Because I watch one of my friends on YouTube, and I'm in his chat, and it feels like it takes 2 minutes for the message to pop up on his end. And I'm like, I hope that's not the case on y'all's end. Like if I'm saying hello, and you don't you type hello, and it takes 5 minutes for me to say hello back, I would hate for that to be the case. Anyway, yeah, lots of music to be excited about discussing in the next few weeks, in the next few months. I want opportunities to talk about music news. I enjoy having conversation with other people that believe that music is more than just something you put on in the background. I think that's been my strong suit in community building and just finding my people, is that I just really enjoy, for me, music, it's cliche when people say this, but music legit saved my life. I grew up in a crazy time, in a crazy house, divorced family, and life was all over the place. Didn't know what the hell I was doing with my life. I was just smart, and that was really it. But I had no passions. I had no drive. I didn't really besides learning, just being smart. That's all I really had. But I just feel like I didn't have anything. I wasn't interested in basketball. I tried karate. I just a lot of stuff wasn't really clicking for me. But I tried band in the 6th grade, and I meant to say I wanted to play the saxophone, but I played the trumpet. And I learned trumpet, and I played it from 6th grade to 12th grade. And in that time, I grew to have a deep love and understanding between learning, music and learning how to play music and read it, and finding other artists through marching band, through symphonic band, traveling to different places. It just kind of expanded my horizons and introduced me to a lot of different things, and truly changed my life for the better. Without music, I don't know what I would be doing here. to be frank, my two biggest loves are music and video games, and I've always made it a fight in my mind between the two. But if I really had to be honest, music wins. Even my favorite parts about the video games is the music. Just straight up. But yeah, music literally saved my life and enriched my life. I mean, I feel like I was I'm coming to realize now in my older age, like I was a depressed kid, man. I just like had a lot to be upset about. I had a lot to be mad about. And I just didn't realize it. And music helped keep me out of trouble. I mean, I grew up in a place where like it was easy to get into some trouble. And I was hanging out with some people that would easily help me get into some trouble. But you know, music kept me straight, to be honest, keeping me in the band, having something to do every day after school. Besides, pretend to shoot free throws and do suicide drills, you know, get my legs broken, be afraid to break the boards. That's why I didn't like karate, because I was afraid I didn't want to punch the boards, man. I feel like I could do it now because I ain't no punk. But when I was a kid, I was kind of a punk. I ain't even going to lie. I ain't even going to lie. All right. It's been, 16 minutes? Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, the light's green. The light. Oh, hope there she thought she could sneak up on me, but she can't. Oh, no. What you going on mute for? Hello.
Out.
you was trying to sneak up on me. I was stalling. What you mean?
I didn't want to be loud. I wanted to give you time to do the intro.
Listen, I was introed out 30 seconds in. I was like, hey, what's up, y'all?
Oh, it's okay. You're just a little rusty. It's all right.
Listen, I am rusted. I'm sitting over here like, hey, y'all, I forgot how to do the show. I need some guidance from a podcast master. And luckily she's like,
yeah, sure.
Luckily, she's showing up right on time.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Candiiboo is in the building. One of my favorite people. I'm going to let her introduce herself. There are a million things I'd like to say about her, and I'm excited for you to get to know her if you don't already. One of my best music friends. We met in a past life, and she found me again in this new life, and we're just going to have a good time together. So, Candiiboo, take it away. Talk about yourself. What you doing?
Well, hi. Hello, everyone. I normally start my podcast out with something similar. My name is Candice, and I run a music discovery platform called But I'm Not a Critic, Though. In that platform, I have a podcast where we talk music, the people that make it, and the communities that listen to it. And otherwise, I am a writer, so there's a blog aspect of Binact. And there will be video coming as soon as I feel better and more comfortable on camera, because video is the hardest piece of content that I have creating these days.
I feel that.
It's hard, and all of you TikTokers and YouTube shorts and YouTube people and Twitch, like, Godspeed, because I'm having a hard fucking time.
Look, let's talk. Can we talk about, like, I'm squirming, and like, I've been doing Twitch for years now at this point, right? And I've been doing podcasts for a while, but I don't know. It's something about like that. Just you're going live, and I'm working on a product, and it's like, like I'm just overthinking. You know how we get.
I mean, I will say that podcasting has become my sweet spot, and the reason is when I like podcasting, doing the audio portion of it is fun, and it gets all of those jitters out. So like, it's like the part one, and then from there I can like get written content ideas and get it together, and video content ideas. But like the act of sitting and like not having to be so structured is why it's like a good sweet spot for me. Like, it's structured enough, but it doesn't require so much thinking, to whereas like written or video content, I get so in my head or like so concerned with the outcome. Whereas a podcast, I'm just making sure that I don't say anything stupid.
Yeah, but like, why can't we just treat all of our content like that though? Like, why can't we just have that attitude of like, you know, this is just chill? Because all of it really is.
That's a question for our therapist, honestly. Facts. So I can't answer that.
Facts. This podcast is sponsored in the future by BetterHelp. Go get some help. Type Jukebox 2 in the chat, get 15% off.
That's who can answer that. Don't got you.
Our therapist. You are correct. You are correct.
Unfortunately.
Listen, Binact, it's been amazing. Binact took off. Was it like right before or right after run. You
Binac
started in 2015, right?
Yes. So Binac turned 7 this year, May 1st.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, right. Yeah. So yep, 7 years. Binact. I've got some OG swag in the Binact brand that I'm gonna wear on stream one day. I'm actually wearing your hat in that same color. I don't know if you could see me on your screen, but
I feel like if I clicked it that it was gonna start playing, I got nervous, so I didn't do it.
no, it's all good. But you go back and see that later. I'm wearing Binact yellow on my head.
Yay!
Out of support. I wish I could find my little pen. I just need to buy another one actually. Now that I got a job.
Okay, Rich. Hi, Rich.
I mean, the rich don't kick in for another few weeks. I'm gonna be broke through my birthday. Hello.
You'll never be broke through your birthday. That's what birthdays are for.
You're right. Thank you. Miss Kiki is here in the live chat. I want to give a special shout out to Miss Kiki. I see you here, and thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it.
I love her dearly.
In my own head, and another part of like me getting all nervous about being by myself is like my friends keep me out of my head. You know, like when I got somebody
10 out of 10.
I'm saying like when you got somebody else to bounce off of, you ain't just sitting there like, oh my God, I'm not saying anything and nobody's saying anything to me. Like, you're not just freaking
Have
out.
you heard my solo part? Like the ones where I do by myself? Have you heard them?
You get in and get out. You said, look.
Have you heard those? I'm like, hey, great.
It's going to be another mini-sode today.
And I'm stressed.
Yep,
but here I am.
But we're going to
showing up for me.
Exactly. Candiiboo, we're going to challenge ourselves to show up for ourselves, one, and to like to move through that anxiety, that fear. You know, because like the more we do it, the better it's going to get. At least in my experience, that's what it's been. And I'm excited to get my feet wet again and grow in this space with y'all. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. So anyway, I'm doing a whole lot of reminiscing. If this is your first time here, I promise you, give me a few weeks, a few months. This will legitimately be your favorite music podcast. I'm a fun guy who enjoys talking about the music that I love, and I have really good friends that enjoy doing the same. And I enjoy making friends with other people that do as well. And that's just how we get together in this community. That's just how it works. I've been able to hold on to a lot of people in this community through like multiple things, through multiple podcasts, Twitch, Twitter, everything, you know, and I just appreciate all of y'all. Anyway, enough of the reminiscing, enough of the intro. Like I said, I'm not going to keep y'all all day. I know y'all want to go see the Falcons play. Bars. We're getting ready to discuss an album, Candiiboo.
Okay, I'm excited. Sorry.
House is on fire. Actually, before we start talking about the album, I'm gonna go make sure that the house is not actually on fire. Oh, you good?
It's so lit.
Okay. That's all right. That's show business, baby.
I mean, again, being live.
You can't get mad about stuff like that anymore. Like, you know, if you're a rookie, you're just, oh my God, like, you guys need to quiet down in there. Like, what? It's life. Sometimes in life, you're going to hear a dog yelping and a fire alarm. I'm sorry, Candiiboo. I know this is loud for you. Okay.
It's okay, because as long as my mic is good on my PC, it means I don't need to put my headphones in.
Nice. So. Thank you, Mr.
It is
Beans.
not that
keeping
bad.
the house safe. Danny, my wife is in there cooking with a friend of ours. They're trying to burn the kitchen down.
I mean, and that happens.
And sometimes that happens. You're right. All right. Now, what was I saying before I was rudely interrupted by a fake fire? The Weeknd dropped a new album in January.
Oh, God bless.
Called Dawn FM, and I have not listened to your review. Thanks, babe. Sorry, she was checking in to make sure. That Public Enemy B said, luckily I'll be able to edit it. Yeah, I can't edit the video.
And the video is quality.
Listen, you want to watch the video, you get it raw and uncut. Who wants to listen to the edited version where I edit out the good, the bad, and the ugly? You know, you only get to hear, you know, little bits. You want to hear it all. You want to be here live Mondays at 7. Thank you for being here. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm late on listening to this album. I'm late to discussing this album. I have not watched or listened to any reviews of this album. Especially yours, Candiiboo, because I'm the most excited to hear how you feel about it. So let's talk about it.
Can I start?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So let me spin you a tale.
Oh, I do love a tale.
Picture, it's 2011. Young me in a dorm room. I was 18 in 2011. Yes. I started college when I was 17, so I had to make sure I was at the right time.
Your smart ass.
I guess. It didn't do anything for me. So I'm not a genius or anything. But picture that.
11. Okay, I'm picturing.
Tumblr put me onto the Weeknd. My best friend and Tumblr put me onto the Weeknd because, that was how you found stuff back then. And I was a very impressionable me. So I was just now, I was going to college, finally learning what my real music tastes were, all of that jazz. And I find a young Abel Tesfaye singing about coke and sex. Two things I knew nothing about. I knew nothing about either one of those things. Nothing. But what I did know was that he made coke, and particularly sex, not so much the coke. I've never been interested in coke. But the sex sound really fun and intriguing because I was learning how to, delve into that area.
Right.
So I said, let's do it. Let's go for it. Like at that time, his sound was super new. Nobody really sounded like him. We couldn't see his face, so we didn't know what he looked like. He was just this like mysterious man.
Right.
Now he is one of the biggest fucking pop stars. Like right now, I'm not gonna do the of our time or what. I mean, whatever. Fight your mama. I don't feel like it.
Listen, go ahead.
Whatever. Like I understand everybody has feelings. And I will get to the, Michael Jackson comparisons. I'm not so far in my stand-up that I think he's Michael Jackson, but Jesus Christ, give my nigga some credit. That's all I'm asking. He's a big pop star, like huge. And it's because he has pretty much stayed true to his artistry for the most part. People like to say nowadays that since he's gone more pop, that like the music quality isn't the same. And I said, this man is still talking about coke and bitches. I don't know who y'all are listening to. If we're not all listening to the same man, I'm confused. But he definitely is still talking about coke. And now it's a little more love because he's been in love and out of love a couple times now. But still the same music. Anywho, as the Weeknd has kind of like grown to like this super mega pop star dude, I've also grown myself as like a person and then like listening to his music. And I want to say that Dawn FM is a very realized, aware, and really interesting Weeknd. And I just really, if you haven't listened to the album, I want to urge you to listen to it with an open mind. Like if you're a previous Weeknd fan and you are, maybe not into the pop stuff, like it is going to be tough, but I want you to listen to the entire project openly and give it a chance. That's all I ask. That is literally, if I can come and ask one thing, it is that. Just to give it a chance.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
And I'll stop there.
Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah. I can't even come at it that hard. I'm so rusty. I ain't got nothing to say, but this shit slap. No, I'm just saying.
I mean, and we can also start there.
Listen. We
can start there.
Listen. All right. I have a different experience with the Weeknd. I got into him around 2011. In the Take Care era of Drake. And the Weeknd was all over Take Care. And I listened to his solo stuff, and I was just like, I don't get it. And I don't mean like just I don't get the sound. Like I don't get what the fuck he's talking about. Like we have a saying that we came up with in our community over on Twitch. Like I don't know the fucking vibes. And it like we made that saying up because I literally just had no idea what the fuck, like Glass Table Girls, all the cocaine. I'm like, I'm 19. I'm just figuring out like how my dick works. Like I don't know anything about what you're talking about right now at all. Like I cannot relate. I can't relate. And I just wasn't vibing with it. And then 2015, he came out with Beauty Behind the Madness. And that was the first album where I was like, oh, the Weeknd can make music like this? Like, and I know that like that shift turned a lot of people off, that like pop, where he leaned more into like the pop sound and left the grunge and like the grittiness of his older music behind. I know that turned a lot of people off, but for me, I was like, oh shit, hold up now. And then he followed it up with Starboy, and I was like, oh.
You were getting me pumped. Like, I just love talking about this ascension. Keep going.
I said, Lord. I said, wait a minute. I might be a Weeknd stan. Wait a minute.
Keep going.
A minute. Okay. What was next? He had the little EP with Gefaffelstein.
Yes, Staffelstein. I looked it up because I was just talking about I started listening to his production recently.
Yeah, and that shit was fire.
Yep.
After Hours did not stick with me for some reason. I just feel like I really didn't give it a good chance. Like I liked it and I like some songs off of it, but I feel like this album right here.
When you're done, pick me because I figured it out.
Dawn FM is the one.
My nigga. What?
This album here is the one. From top to bottom, this album is the one. I mean, like, Jesus, Candiiboo. I was like, this album resurrected me for real, like dead ass. I was like, nah, I gotta talk. Like, this is not a passing conversation. This is not a quick something on Twitch. This is like, no, me and Candiiboo gotta have like a detailed conversation about this shit that starts in a podcast and goes into text messages and goes into phone calls because what the fuck did he do here?
And let me tag me in on After Hours. On After Hours.
Tagging you in now. Come on in. I'm just this is the intro to my review. I'm just like this shit is my favorite Weeknd album. I think this is amazing. I love, like, this is the pinnacle of pop Weeknd for me. It's pop, it's synth, it's city pop. It's so good. It's so good. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm tagging you in.
No, it's so all right. So After Hours here, and I'm going to just only briefly touch After Hours. After Hours, I can say now with full confidence, was okay. Because I enjoyed After Hours when it came out, but it also came out at a very interesting time. Because remember, it came out in the thick of the pandemic. We had just gone inside. Yeah. So it was actually supposed to be huge. I remember when I bought the tickets, I was, even when I heard it, I was ready to hear it, ready to hear what he was going to do with the stuff and like how he was going to bring older albums into. Like, it was very much like a going on tour album for sure. Like, it was that. But when I hear Dawn FM, I'm like, oh no, my dude. It's like, so technically for me, Dawn FM is like After Hours Part 2. Like, I can definitely tell that it was supposed to be like
they definitely
like something.
Related.
Yeah, like related. Like, I definitely can tell that they were orchestrated maybe in the same brainstorming session or something. I don't know. But Dawn FM is so I can't even say post-pandemic, but it's so like post-introspection, like post I was inside, post things happened to me, post like all of this stuff. And whatever he was doing with the production, because the production is what sends this album into the stratosphere.
Oh Lord, Candiiboo.
I mean,
this album does not drop a beat. Like, it starts to like slow down on its own accord. Like by the time it gets to like Out of Time and Here We Go Again, but like the first third of that album just does not let up at all. It's like just straight. It's just banger after banger after banger, and it's just like, it's 5 a.m. I'm nihilist. Like, it's just. Gasoline
start dancing.
Like shit. I just like every single song just makes you want to get up and dance. And then it's like, oh wait, we going into the next. You know, I love my sequencing. That's another thing. I mean, for those that are new here, I love albums. I love albums that, and Candiiboo, I know feels the same way. That like, we love albums. We love sequencing. Like people, artists that think about like, okay, I want you to listen from track 1 to track 13. I'm trying to take you somewhere. There's a reason why this song goes before this song. You know what I mean? Like, and those first few songs literally just leak into each other. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm like, it just didn't matter. Like if I'm sweating and I'm out of water, I'm just dehydrated and I'm still going. Cause like, take my breath. I was just about to say,
take my breath to like, sacrifice.
Oh, Candiiboo, them songs right there.
By sacrifice, because listen, you know, it came out like on Twitch or like he had like a little live experience. By sacrifice, I was in full tears. I was like, all right, well, here I am, just sitting in my bed, being emotional over the fact that, like, you know, I really am. I've hit stan territory back in Starboy. Like, I was kind of like coasting.
I know
was
you've
like,
been there, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I love The Weeknd. You know, it was definitely that. Yeah. But by Starboy is the album that I went to. I saw him twice. Mm-hmm. I saw him. He came to Charlotte, so I bought a ticket to go to Charlotte. Because for those, I live in South Carolina, and for those of you that don't know, concerts don't come to South Carolina, period. They just don't. I mean, they do. I mean, certain genres come, and we have places that people come, but for some reason, it's either country people or acts on the decline. But that's a different beef for a different day. Right. So I have to drive either to Charlotte or Atlanta to see concerts. Right. And The Weeknd came, that was a Starboy tour. He came to Charlotte, and then it's not for some reason, my alma mater, USC Homecoming, had him at our basketball stadium, which if you watch WNBA is Colonial Life. So we're big now. We are big time. So I was hoping this time, I really did have my hopes up that he would come to Williams-Brice, which is where Beyonce was, but it didn't happen. That's fine. But I saw him in Charlotte, and then he came to Colonial Life. I saw him twice, and I saw the same exact, well, it wasn't the same exact show, but like two different legs of the tour twice. And I said, I stand territory. Because first of all, I loved Starboy. I loved, like when he went full on pop, I loved it. And I remember seeing the stink pieces because my XO was pissed. So like, there's like a section of like XO that's like, we do not like this Weeknd. Yep. You know, they're very much no. But it came out, and I'm over here like Diddy bopping, and XO's looking at me like, "Girl, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Are y'all okay? Are you okay?"
I'll just be over here by myself. I mean, shoot, y'all don't like. I'm a motherfucking star boy. All right, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
And I've been over here by myself for that was 2016. I've been over here by myself for about 6 years now. Just, and I'm like, all right, well, this is where I would be. I'll just be over here. But yeah. After Hours, Dawn FM, it really did blow After Hours out of the water, and I wasn't really ready to admit that until I did my review.
Right. Which I can now go listen to.
After Hours, and it wasn't bad, but when you put it up next to this, like I can tell, it's almost like now After Hours feels like rushed, or maybe it was supposed to be something different. Like it just doesn't feel right, or maybe they were connected, maybe they were supposed to come out. Whatever it is, it just feels different. I can't even say bad, but way different.
Yeah, I almost want to go back and listen to it. Like this album is so good, knowing that it's related to After Hours makes me want to listen to it again with fresh ears. Like, okay, well, clearly I must.
Oh, definitely. Because I actually haven't done it in a minute. I listened to After Hours a bunch in 2020, and then I got away from it. Like it was definitely one that didn't stick with me as much as the other ones did.
Did you throw your phone across the room?
Not for After Hours, no. For Dawn FM, yes.
I was teasing. It sounded like you just like started backing away from the mic like this.
Oh no!
Like
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. When you answered my question, you sounded perfect. So I was like, I don't know what that was.
That's so weird.
That's weird. Anyway, yeah. This album is like it. It's weird to say things like this, you know, like in March, but like if this doesn't end up on my end of year, like best of lists, I would be surprised. It's so good. Like It's good for working out. It's good for biking. It's good for walking. It's good for working. It's just good. I mean, it's just pop. It's literally like, I mean, even like, so my favorite songs on here, if I had to pick, I'm gonna pick 3 because I can't, I have to restrict myself to 3. Sacrifice, Out of Time, and Don't Break My Heart.
I'm waiting for the right. I'm waiting for the right answer because there actually is a clear, definitive answer. And I'm just waiting.
Go ahead and give me your 3 then.
No. Give me your third, and then I'll talk about it.
Okay, so I said Sacrifice, Out of Time, and Don't Break My Heart. Don't Break My Heart is the third one.
I thought you were.
You thought I was saying Don't Break My Heart.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, and like it just clicked, and I was like, yeah, okay, got it.
I was like, why is she not getting this? Why are we stuck?
Okay,
I thought I was tripping. I was like, is it cutting out every time I say it? Like, why is she not getting what I'm saying?
Okay. So those are. I think on my review I actually didn't pick 3. Like I definitely said fucking and picked like 6 or just said the whole.
I was getting ready to pick like the whole fucking album, but that just seemed.
But now I think I can do this now. I can do this now. And what I am doing now, I have to give myself a cop out. I have to give myself a cop out because I'm not right. There's a star next to it. Phantom Regret is not a song. So it is one of my favorites, but I'm not counting it as a song. Because I want it to be there, but I also just can't count it as a song. So like I feel like it would be taking up a spot.
That's the one at the end with Jim Carrey,
yes.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Yes. So mine is There Someone Else?
That's a good one.
My God. My art list is the same, except I just was ready to hear Is There Someone Else? So it's Is There Someone Else? Out of Time, Sacrifice for me. With special consideration, obviously, to Phantom Regret. And then, I was annoyed by the feature choices on the album, but I really like Here We Go Again. After coming back to it.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, like, when I first heard that song, I was like, damn, you just killed all momentum on this album for me. Like, it's such a slower song in comparison to even Out of Time that I was just like, damn, you just took the wind out of my sails. And so I was like upset about it. And then like when Tyler was on it and I was like, okay. I was like, this is fine. But
it's a grower. The song grows on you. But it was not like
album is a grower, not shower, to be honest. Like, except for like the first third of this album, if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
but yeah, for sure, like there are definitely some songs on like Here We Go Again. Is There Someone Else for me was a grower. Like I liked it, but I like love it now.
That one had me like this sample, because I remember tweeting that night and I was like, so I know XO is gonna find the sample for me. Somebody find it. And I waited a couple days. It was a little hard, but somebody found it. I was so obsessed with the production and the way that he sounded on that song. So that one took the cake for me. Still like my favorite song on that album. But then Sacrifice and Out of Time.
Yeah, let's talk about those two songs specifically, because both of those songs had samples that I recognized. The first one, so you know how like, okay, so I'm 29 and I got grandparents that grew up listening to stuff on the radio like Kiss 104 or, you know, listening to records. And I don't know who, okay, what I'm trying to say is, do you ever have a time where you know a song, like an old school R&B song, but you don't know who sung it or what the name of the song is, or even what the words are, but you know the words. I mean, but you know the song. Or am I just on an island by myself?
Yes and no. You probably have them more often than I do, but I have them occasionally.
I feel like
just not like all the time.
I hear songs and I could sing most, if not all of the words, and then you say, oh, you know this song? I'm like, I can't tell you who sang it. I don't know what the name of the song is.
It's like, I know it.
Sacrifice was one of those times where I know I've heard the song that this is like sampling or interpolating. I've heard this song like a million times, but I don't know what it is. I Want to Thank You by Alicia Myers. If you've never heard that song, it's like, I mean, it is, and it's like the rhythm, all of it is like pretty much the same. But Sacrifice, like I'm not even a person that likes remixes or covers or reworks or whatever, but like that song is almost like a 1-for-1 of Alicia Meyer's song, like when it comes to like the rhythm, and it's still like it's fire. I'm like even recognizing it, because for me it's like an uncanny valley type thing. It's like if I know that I'm like, where have I heard this before? And it's like I can't even concentrate on the song enough to really enjoy it. But no, Sacrifice was so fucking good that The Weeknd said, stop thinking about it and enjoy it. You better stop thinking about it. And that's exactly what I did. It's so good. And then the second one, Out of Time, Candiiboo. You've been
when that one popped up.
Oh my God.
When that one again, because I remember it. So like the night. Remember the night that it came out, and I like Jay. You were like, yeah, I might stay up, whatever.
Yeah.
So I fell asleep. Like I fell asleep right at like 11. I think I was asleep by like 11:30, and then I woke up at 1 o'clock. So by that time, everybody had already heard the music.
Right.
So I was like, damn, I woke up in just enough time for everybody to be tweeting about it, so I can get spoiled. So I just played it or whatever, like on my own. When Out of Time, like when the beginning to Out of Time came up, because you know the producer, I didn't know anything about him, but Kayla, my graphic designer, her boo is really into, what is his name? 1-0-Tricks Point Never 90. I can call him. So apparently like he is lit, like in like that electronic, like in that arena, super lit. Like he's cool. So this is like he's big, and like this just put him on another level. And so,
oh damn, I didn't know.
Hello, computer. That was disrespectful. So yeah, like he's huge in that arena, but that production.
Have you heard the City Pop song that this is based off of?
No.
Okay, see, that's where I thought you were going with it. I mean, I appreciate, no, I did not know 1-0-Tricks Point Never produced this, but this is literally, I mean, they literally took the whole song, stripped the vocals, and just put The Weeknd on top, and it was still so good. Okay, look. Okay, so
put me on game because I did not know that.
The intro with Quincy, when I heard the bass and the rhythm, I was like, that's not Midnight Pretenders, is it?
You're like, I know this fucking song.
And then when Out of Time came, and I mean, it is, listen, you have to listen to both songs back to back to hear what I'm talking about. Listen to Out of Time, and then I'll send you the song. It's Midnight Pretenders by Tomoko Aran. I mean, the beat is exactly the same. And I was tripping. And then when The Weeknd came on singing some different shit, I was like, oh, it was so good. I was tripping. Like this is one of those, like, Out of Time is so good. It's so good.
And so good.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like,
yes.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm stumbling, but like, God damn, did he put his foot in that song? I was like,
but I really want people to understand, like, like, yes, I'm trying to come up with a cohesive thought, but the reason that I can't is because the song's fucking good. And if you're using, I don't like Pop Weeknd as an excuse to not like this album, I still need you to play it again. I
keep trying to tell Danny the same thing. I'm like, I know you don't fuck with his voice. I know you don't fuck with it, but like, this album feels like the most universal Weeknd album. And I don't know if I'm just so far down the Stan hole that's just what I'm saying, but like, this
you're
feels
a little
like
close, but it's okay. I mean, I can say that because I've been there.
Album that he's ever come out with. Like, this feels accessible to everybody. For like, if you like old school funk, it's got some disco, it's got something for you. If you like Daft Punk, it's got something for you. If you like city pop, it's got something for you. If you like old Weeknd, it's got something for, like, even it's songs on here that remind me of the old Weeknd, but like still in the newer style.
Yep.
Someone else is one of them. What's the other one? Best Friends is like 100%.
Best Friends. Oh my God. Best Friends is actually low key with Best Friends because, again, EXO really hates Kissland. But Best Friends gives me like pre-post Kissland vibes. Like, that's where he was at. Like, and like me personally, I get excited because I don't need to hear him be, House of Balloons every single album, but when I get my glimpses or when I get my Dear Melancholies, which is that EP, I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'm sold because I'm like, yes, give it to me. And then if you want to do your like fake 2-step, and be Pop Weeknd, then do that too. All I want for you is to continue in the direction that you're going and continue growing. Because one thing you can't say about Abel Tesfaye is that he's stagnant. One thing you can't say about him is that he's boring.
Moving. Yes, you're right.
That's it. You might not like where he's going.
Yeah, exactly. But he not making the same albums.
Nope.
This shit is crazy.
Nope.
A song I want to get your take on before we start wrapping up here. We hadn't started talking about. How do you feel about Less Than Zero? Because I love that song. I don't know why.
Like it. I like it, and I know a lot of people enjoy it, and I feel like it just hasn't hit me in the I love it section. I don't hate it. I just don't.
That's the Abercrombie and Fitch song. That's the song.
It definitely is, and I think maybe that's what it is, especially because it's right behind Phantom Regret.
Right.
Like it's right behind one of my favorite, again, and I say songs in air quotes, because Phantom Regret would be on my list if it, like, again, wasn't like technically a monologue. But I love that shit.
It's
and again,
a vibe,
that
man. Yeah.
Technically, again, that's not even The Weeknd. That's just Jim Carrey. But
yeah, I mean, look, and Jim Carrey been on some otherworldly shit for a minute. He's just like, this album is like, I don't know. It's creepy, but not. It's like comforting at the same time. Like by the time you get to like Phantom Regret, I mean, he's literally trying to like ease you into passing on. That's what it feels like to me, at least. He's just
and and I also got into my big head bag about this album, but that's totally what, like, the thought process behind it is, again, he's like all old, like, all the photos of him in the album artwork is him as an old man, right. And like talking about this life that he's living, and then like, are you comfortable, passing on to the afterlife? Are you comfortable with the things that you've done, and like whatever? And like, I at first got a little sad because even after first listen, I was like, my nigga trying to tell me he leaving music, and I am not spiritually prepared. Like, I personally am not ready.
Oh, Lord.
But even if that is or isn't what he was saying, I really enjoyed because I think he called it like a soundscape or like some sonic experience, or whatever he called it with this. I love that. I love, even though it's like eerie and creepy and a little unsettling, The Weeknd has always been eerie, creepy, and a little unsettling.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's true. I love it. And so again, Less Than Zero, I'm gonna actually take another listen to it, but I think the only reason that I don't love it is because it comes right behind Phantom Regret, which I stand.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, I mean, like, if there's one song on here that I don't care for, it might just be Best Friends, because I don't really care for the Kissland era of The Weeknd, to be honest. That's
right.
I'm sorry,
and I drink that era.
Only song on here that I'm just like, I could skip that. Like everything else, like Every Angel Is Terrifying is just like a mishmash of like songs and skits and shit. Like I don't skip anything. Like I love the atmosphere, everything you just said. Like the atmosphere that he puts into like the album, making it sound like, I know people were losing their minds, like, wow, nobody's ever made an album that sounds like a radio station before. Like when it first, that's what I remember people saying, like in the first week, and everybody was like, all right, now, like, chill out. But like I do, like we said earlier, I enjoy artists that put effort into like making bodies of work that, this ain't just for you to pick a couple songs out and put on a playlist. Like you can really just enjoy this thing.
And this is a place where I'll at least try to wrap me up here. I love an album's album. I do. I love it. And I'm gonna see where you like how you wrap us up, because there's another project that I want to talk about, but I'm gonna leave it to myself. But I love an album's album, and I love when artists do that these days. Like, I hate to sound old as shit, but sometimes I want to just put on an album. There are times where I get tired, and I mean, I love making a good playlist, don't get me wrong, but I get tired. Sometimes I just want to hear an album. I want to pop it in or, listen to it on loop or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this is that.
Yeah, like, straight up. This is my most played album this year already.
This is that. And I mean, I don't know if you've seen he did like an Amazon Prime like live performance. So he did
I didn't see the performance, but I saw a commercial for it, and I keep meaning to see it because I know it's on Prime.
Yep, and I enjoyed it. I watched that last week, 2 weekends ago, I think. enjoyed it, loved it.
Nice.
You know, I want, if I could advocate for nothing else, it's the fact that even if you hate Pop Weekend, to just give it a chance. If you still hate him after that, fine. Fine. Can't do anything else.
I give up.
But I would, I'm not gonna, because with Kayla, my graphic designer, and my best friend Tiara, they've given up, or Tiara has not given up on him because she's coming with me to the concert, but partially because I'm making her.
You put a gun to her head.
Partially because I'm making her, but Kayla's completely given up. Kayla is just like, nah, I don't like him in that era. And I'm not going to push yet. I'm going to give it another couple months, but I'm going to try it again. Because she liked My Dear Melancholy. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to give it a few months, and I'm going to be like, Kayla, please, can you just maybe, like, try it one more time? And then after that, I won't ask you again. Like, I'm not going to push this, but, like, please just try it. Please.
Right.
Tell me what you think.
All right, as we start to wrap up this album review, if y'all want to, we're gonna transition into the Q&A segment. If you have any questions, you want to stick around for that, Candiiboo, or you got to head out?
I'm good.
Okay, I figure we'll wrap up in 15, 20. If you guys have any questions in the chat that you want to ask me or Candiiboo or the both of us, it could be anything. At least for me, it doesn't just have to be music related. But it could be related to the Weeknd album. It could be related to any album. It could be related to anything. Ask me anything at the end of this.
This is so cool. I love it.
Yeah, I just it's y'all know, like I've missed talking to y'all on a regular basis, and I have very much enjoyed, and I will continue to enjoy streaming over on Twitch. But I just miss having like a consistent thing that I do, like something that brings us all together to talk about every week. And while that could be anything, why not return to the original thing, music?
Why not tunes?
I'm just saying. Rail, welcome back to Jukebox 2, Electric Boogaloo. It's the Q&A segment. If you would like to ask me or Candiiboo any questions, please do. Get your questions in. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Aftershock Reviews. I did not tell my best friends that I was doing this. And former co-host that I was doing this. So he is like, what the hell?
I saw him pop in and I was like, oh, okay, so I guess.
Y'all remember that teaser trailer that I said I was gonna drop that never showed up? Yeah.
Look, things happen.
Things happen. Yeah, they do. Dolphin Squad. Well. Yeah, we back, baby. Public Enemy B. I see you in here. Buffalo Staple is in the building. Brian Z. Baran. Yes, the first third of this is crazy, and I appreciate y'all's comments. Okay, here we go.
Story always trying to stress us out, and Story, no thank you.
Yeah, Story's trying to stress us out the gate. So let's answer their question. If you had to pick one song of the weekend to keep and bend the rest, what is it?
Yes.
I have to pick one song? One? That's just rude.
Yes.
Candiiboo's answer is yes. It's coming from this album. I ain't even gonna lie. I know it's early. Recency bias is a bitch because I'm gonna end up throwing out like all of these old songs that I love, and I'm gonna be sick. But for now, I'm gonna say throw out everything except for Sacrifices.
Damn!
I really wanted to say Out of Time. I was like, I'm sacrificing everything except for Sacrifices. Candiiboo?
Oh my God. All right. Well. Okay. All right. Well, oh my God. I actually kind of want to throw up. I'm not lying. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a terrible time. Thank you. Okay. So I am going to say Beauty Behind the Madness was my top Weeknd album before John FM. So I'm going with, oh shoot, there are two songs on this album that, okay, I'm having a hard time getting it. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm having a hard time.
Get more questions in while we wait.
Okay. It is definitely, it's between two. And so they're both on Beauty Behind the Madness. It's between Acquainted and Shameless. And oh my God, I think I'm going to go Shameless. And that's like a last minute decision because I thought I was gonna go Acquainted, but this is from his 2015 album Beauty Behind the Madness, which is the one that kind of like sent him to fame
Right,
with
yeah.
I Can't Feel My Face and the Earned It.
My face when I'm with you. That's a good one too. Oh man. Damn. Story.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I Can't Feel My Face is on Starboy, but Earned It is on Beauty Behind the Madness.
No, Can't Feel My Face is on Beauty Behind the Madness. You were right. I know.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, no, you were right.
Right. You're right. I'm like, I right, and then I was wrong, and then I was right again.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, so it is Shameless. It's Shameless because that I have to say first that is my favorite album of his. And I have my whole thing where, again, I give myself the asterisk because I do not count the mixtapes as an album, so I don't count trilogy. So when I say definitive Line in the Sand album, this was my favorite until Dawn FM, and Shameless is one of my favorite songs. And that makes I'm sick because I have to throw the birds. I have to throw the birds away. I have to throw Glass Table Girls away. I have to throw, like, you really, like, I have to throw Wicked Games. Okay, sorry. Now I'm getting loud and disrespectful.
It's really not you. This story did this to us. They wanted problems, they wanted violence, and they got it. And it's only gonna get worse if we don't stop. Thank you.
Oh my God! Public Enemy B said Snow Child, and you know what? That's a good one too.
I mean, one is difficult. One song.
Oh, and Die For You off Starboard. See, like, again, now I'm physically ill. I'm sick.
One song. You could have at least said one album. Like, I only get one Weeknd song to Drive Into the Dirt. Like, that's fucked up.
I really might throw up after this story. Thank you.
That's pretty messed up. I'm just saying. Aftershock reviews. This ain't really a question. Where can I get a shirt? Unfortunately, only 7 of this shirt were made, and it's never gonna be remade again. Now, new shirts, you can be on the lookout for merch for Jukebox 2. If we get this podcast off the ground, then absolutely merch will be coming. So definitely come back next week.
Please.
Okay. Since nobody else wants to ask me any questions, I'm going to ask the chat a question.
Ooh, okay.
Chat question to the chat. What albums would you like me to discuss next? And a pointed question to one Aftershock Reviews. Would you like to discuss the Amber Mark album with me in the next couple weeks?
There is another question, and I'm going to let everybody answer you first, but I would like to respond to Brian after that, please.
Let me see. It's kind of old news at this point, but do either of you have a take on the whole Gunna outselling the Weeknd discourse? People were being pretty disrespectful to the Weeknd when that happened. I didn't hear about any of that because I didn't know we still cared about sales in 2022.
Just to be frank, or as the kids are saying on the internet, TBF, we don't. The end.
Okay. I was just like, are we not, that's definitely like, 2017, 2016 thing, back when streams were still just kind of taking over sales, but like people don't buy music outright anymore. So like, how is that even a metric of success? I don't know. Anyway, I think, and I have the hindsight to be able to say that because I mean, when I was younger, I definitely did that shit. He's like, oh,
we've all done it.
Yeah, we've all done it. Like, oh, Drake outsold me. Like we all, participate in that shit. But I don't know, it's dumb. It's just silly. I mean, good for Gunna, I guess. He pushing P.
I mean, and the thing is, again, that's not for me to like shit on Gunna. Like, I haven't heard his album, but I'm sure it's delightful. But it's not better than The Weeknd's, and I don't need to hear it to know that. The end.
The end. There it is. Well, damn. Yeah, okay. Hope you enjoyed that answer. Okay, Aftershock Review says Ice Cube death certificate. Yeah, I'll do that. I'd do that with you. That sounds fun. This is old, but have you talked about Gambino's last album? Are we talking about 31520? Because no, I did not talk about that album. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't remember much from it. to be quite honest, that was a kind of throwaway for me. And that's not to say that like the music is bad. I felt like he didn't care about it, so why should I care about it? And I feel like I said that when it came out. I still kind of feel that way. It felt like, oh, here y'all go. It's just this unreleased shit from the last few years. Go for it. Good luck. There was like
Definitely
no
good
rollout.
luck.
There was no
Good luck
tour.
was the
I mean,
undertone.
and of course there was no tour because the pandemic happened. But like, it just felt like he was like, all right, here you go. It's just like, oh, okay. I mean, I would be willing to talk about it for sure. I'd love to talk about like I'd like to dive into like what happened there, to be honest. Cause I don't know. How did you feel about that album, Candiiboo? Same?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Sorry, I got caught up reading chat. And then emoting from chat. But yeah, I liked it. I didn't hate it. I don't know how to respond other than I enjoyed it. Kind of. There are some songs on there that I really do like, but also, like we all know, like it did drop right when the pandemic started, really, and it felt very, here you niggas go down. So if that's how he felt about it, I don't know if I was supposed to feel anything other than where is
right.
it.
And I don't know, maybe that is that petty? Is that weird? I don't think so. I was just like, I mean, if you ain't gonna have no energy about it, why should I? I don't know. Like,
right.
I got my Gambino albums. I heard these songs on the tour that you did 2 years ago. That was another thing. It was just like this isn't coming with anything. You know what I mean? Like these songs are old, new. There's no tour. There's no music videos. There's no This Is America. I don't know. It was weird. But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't mind expanding into a bigger conversation if that's what y'all wanted to do. Brian, I actually mentioned FKA Twigs and Earl Sweatshirt, both as albums I want to talk about at the top of the podcast. So I'm right there with you. I have not listened to Capri Songs yet, but I'm very excited to do so. But I have been listening to that new Earl Sweatshirt all year, and that's a really good one too. So I'm excited to talk about that one. We can talk about the House is Burning, Homies Begged. I feel like we have a whole 41-minute review on your channel. All they did was add like 3 songs, right? We don't need a whole review for that. We can just go over to youtube.com/aftershock. I'm just trying, like, I mean, yeah, I'm talking about this. Nick just want to talk, man. Nick just want to. I was like, we already did that. We go to youtube.com/aftershock reviews and go watch what I already said. Let's see what else. Yeah, okay. I'm excited about Capri Songs. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I need some new FKA. I feel like I didn't give her last album, Magdalene, as much love as it should have gotten.
Okay, so actually, can I make that like a schedule? Can we do that? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's not really a question. Either one, Magdalene or Capri Songs.
Okay.
But like on the calendar, because I would really love to listen to both of those with you, but I will pick them.
Okay. I'll say, well, I mean, why not do both? I mean, we didn't review Magdalene for anything. So yeah, I'll be down. All right, cool. All right, y'all. Next week we are going to review an album. I will let y'all know what album is gonna be. Normally, I will let you know, in this week's episode, but I ain't figured it out yet because we're still figuring this out. We're still figuring out this podcast out as we go. I appreciate y'all being here for my first return to the forum. I really do appreciate y'all being here and supporting me here in the chat. Support me over on the Twitters. You can find me there, Jay Burritos. I also stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. over on twitch.tv/Jay Burritos. This week we will be getting into some goddamn Pokemon Unites, some Master Duels, some Mario Karts. That's probably pretty much it. No, Bloodborne. Yeah, we got to play some Bloodborne too. So definitely check me out on Twitch. That's where I'm at most of the time during the week. Vlogs coming out on Sundays, and this podcast will drop on Mondays. And I will have it added to audio services in the next few weeks. I'm going to get together with my guest here, Candiiboo. Candiiboo, thank you so much for being here for a wonderful episode, being my first guest. It was an honor to have you here. It just it means the world that you wanted to be here to welcome me back into this space. I appreciate you. Plug yourself one more time. Let the people know where they can find you, what you do.
Oh yes, let me do that. So yes, once again, I am Candiiboo at But I'm Not a Critic Though, or hashtag BINACT, Binact. Website, but I'm not a critic though.com, Twitter, Binact1, Instagram, but I'm not a critic though. Anywhere where you can type in hashtag BINACT, Binact is where you can find me. Podcast drops on Thursdays every other week, and the podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. And I'm doing listening parties. They're virtual listening parties, so you can listen to albums in the comfort of your own home through through my member space, or they're going to be paid starting next month because I do not work the month of my birthday. Um, but there will be virtual listening parties in once a month, every month, and they'll be through an online service, most likely Zoom.
Speaking as a person who was at the last listening party, they're lit, and you should definitely make time to be there, regardless of what artist, what genre she put you on. It's a vibe. It's always good people.
Thank
I
you,
got to meet
thank you.
Miss Mama Candiiboo. That was the treat right there. I said,
Oh
hold up
yeah,
now,
my mom did show up.
Mama Candiiboo. That was
She,
very
I,
nice.
we're on vacation together, and she peeked in to ask for a charger earlier, so she waved, but obviously you couldn't see her. So,
Tell her burrito says hi. Yeah. We'll definitely have Candiiboo back on because, like I said, this will just be. I want to have a guest on every week if I can help it because, like I said, I'm too scared to be alone. But you know,
you can
I
do
enjoy.
this.
I know I can. But thank you. I enjoy talking about music with folks, and of course, I would enjoy talking about whatever with y'all. But it's always fun, kind of bouncing off of somebody else, and you one of my favorite people to bounce off of. The chat has given me lots of great recommendations to move into for the next few weeks. I mean, we got something for the hotties. Please review Silk Sonic. I mean, do you want a 3-hour long podcast about a 30-minute album? Because you'll get it.
Yeah, actually, the
you be
answer
careful
is
what you wish for.
yes.
Okay, all right. You said it, not me. All right. We got lots of good albums coming forward. I appreciate y'all spending time with me tonight. If you're only here for the music, you can catch me again next Monday. If you hear from me, get to know me a little better, catch me over on Twitch tomorrow. Catch me over on Twitter anytime. I appreciate you. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water. I'm going to work on a sign off. Like I said, this is episode 1, so give me some time. I'm rusty. I'm going to eat this delicious food that my wife brought into the room 45 minutes ago.
Yum.
And I'm going to enjoy my day. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great night.
Bye.
Hey.
Good question.
Hold up.